Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning tells the story of one Louis Owada, who, in a chance meeting with Ukomon, becomes the first human to be partnered with a Digimon, making him the first chosen child, the first Digi-destined. Louis, being a lonely kid, wants friends, and so the more than a little bit eldritch Ukomon sets about granting his partner's wish by making more children like Louis, by making more Digi-destined. Years later, Ukomon has put into motion an event that'll give every human without a Digimon partner a Digimon, all at once. While more and more people are gaining Digimon partners every day, the floodgates opening suddenly in that manner will surely throw society into chaos. And therein lies the dilemma which supposedly changes everything as we know it. Not only are human Digimon relationships fabricated at inception, they present a potential danger for the worlds involved. At the end of the film, the crisis is averted, and the Digivices, literal, tangible mechanisms which bind humans and Digimon together in partnership, disappear. And yet, the relationships that have been forged remain immutably intact. A lovely bit of symbolism to tie off a already very atmospheric movie. There's just the question of, why? For all the gravitas they tried to give this origin story, it fundamentally changes nothing. So what if Ukomon is now the canon catalyst of Digimon and human partnerships? In the original Digimon Adventure series, we were told that the chosen children and their Digimon were put together by the deific homeostasis for the sake of restoring balance to the digital world. These pairings were always tools, a means to an end, regardless of whether it's for saving the world or for creating friends for Louis. The fact that the partnerships were forced, but they built genuine relationships regardless, was already implicit to these characters. Digimon Tri even outright forgoes any subtlety, and is just like, yeah, no, these bonds are functionally indestructible. They last literal lifetimes, plural, and universe resets on top of that. As such, the beginning doesn't really introduce new themes so much as it gives a less fleshed out version of that which already exists. That's not really the film's fault, it's a movie. It can't compare to television series that are meant for year-long broadcasts. But it being a lesser version of what we already have makes me feel that this tale should have been cordoned off into its own continuity, rather than being layered on top of adventures. It's an old concept presented in a different way, making it pretty ideal for an alternate universe. It doesn't even need to be a brand new continuity. The macabre stylings in Louis' story would have made for an excellent theatrical pairing to Digimon Ghost Game. But that's purely talking of what the movie has. Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning is ironically missing the 02. Well, they're not missing, but the 02 gang definitely aren't as prevalent as you'd expect for a movie titled with their series. I shouldn't even be as bothered by this as I am, because I don't even like the 02 kids all that much. TK and Kari, they OG, they cool. But Davis in particular brings out the worst of my childish impulses in that instinctual bad faith, how dare you stand where he stood, you're not my real gogglehead, Davis, kind of way. But in spite of that, I actually really like the direction they took Davis in this movie. In the final episode of the 02 series, Davis saves the world by affirming everyone's dreams, no matter how big or small. That is more or less the central thesis of his character in this movie. That late into the series, the distinction doesn't have much time to shine, but with this older Davis, it's very obvious how he grew from that point. Tai grows into a more well-minded leader throughout the course of his series, and across Digimon Tri and Last Evolution Kizuna, you get shades of how that eventually carries him into the political arena. Davis, on the other hand, has done the opposite. As Ken very blatantly highlights, Davis has grown more introspective. For Davis, it's not about seeing the bigger picture, it's about seeing the people in it. And this is it. This is what I think this Zero Two movie should have been. This light bit of character exploration and expansion for each of the Zero Two cast, perhaps with the backdrop of a little world-saving adventure to narratively tie it all together. What we got certainly isn't bad, not by any stretch, but it left something to be desired.